A lovely good afternoon. Time now for the news. Let's look at the headlines. Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO assures drug availability countrywide. LUSAKA'S KAUNDA Square Market turned into a dump site. CSOs pledge to support government in monitoring CDF. Chad says it foiled destabilization bid by officers. In our sports headlines, a former Chelsea striker GIANLUCA VIALLI has died at the age of 58. We have the details shortly.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chol. We're from Chos Fitness Gym. We're a fully functional gym located along Twin Palm Road in Kablonga, right by Cheshire Homes Society of Zambia. So we have various classes that happen from Monday to Friday. We have aerobics, we have boot camp, we have step aerobics, we have spinning, we have kettlebell classes. They happen from 18 to 19 hours every day, and we are open from 06 until 20 hours. That's Monday to Friday. Then Saturdays 6 to 12, and then Sundays we are closed. And most public holidays we are open 6 to 12.
To present the news, Nalupumbwe. Seka Market in Kaunda Square Stage 1 has been turned into a dump site, forcing people out of the premises to conduct their business outside the market. Some of the traders spoken to have told Camnet TV News that the market has no proper waste collection mechanism, prompting the traders to dump waste in the market shelter. Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Mike Imposha, who toured the market, expressed disappointment that market traders have abandoned designated trading spaces, resulting in unscrupulous people to start dumping garbage in the market. We have details in the following report.
This market shelter at Seka Market of Lusaka's Kaunda Square Stage 1, which was recently renovated by the Zambia National Service with the capacity to accommodate more than 6,000 traders, has been turned into a dump site for waste, while marketeers have resolved to be trading from outside the market. This development not only posed a health hazard to the few traders left in the market, but has also been affecting their businesses. Some of the traders spoken to have attributed this careless activity to lack of a waste dump site at the market, which has forced the traders to resolve to dumping the waste inside of the market, forcing some marketeers to desert their trading spaces.
So takulu kwa kufusira lasa bale posta hapa lero si bale kuyana mayanda mwamu bakwata na chance wambo kula kuyo mayanda wale lita
ine ndali kudwala kutoza kuti mabini batira pafupi na tebulu era yaletesa chifine sichisira.
Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Mike Imposha is not happy with the development and has warned all traders to move inside of the market to prevent people from indiscriminately disposing waste, adding that government will soon swing into action to force the traders to occupy the market shelter.
We need our people to utilize this, and here we have given them a 5 days ultimatum, which is ending on Sunday. Sunday we are bringing both the state and the council police officers to ensure that everybody trades in a permitted trading place, the market. We can't spend so much government money and then people begin to dump garbage right in the market. So everybody must move.
The Lusaka City Council has since moved in to clear the heaps of garbage in the market and are hopeful that after the exercise is complete, traders will occupy the trading spaces.
There is no excuse. I've been told that an ultimatum has been given up to Sunday for everyone to lodge back into the market, a beautiful place, and to bring back normalcy. We do not expect to have any resistance from our people because this is how it ought to be. The times of the past when people deserted designated trading places, bus stops, is slowly getting consumed and it's going to be over. So I'm just appealing to our trader mothers to comply.
Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
An alliance of civil society organizations states there is need to prioritize closing of all potential loopholes for the misuse of the Constituency Development Fund in 2023. Speaking to Camnet News, the Civil Society Decentralization Alliance Network National Coordinator Ernest Mune explains that civil society organizations expect the full utilization of funds in 2023 to incidences of corruption. He states that while audits of CDF are welcome, preventing misappropriation of public resources is key. The CSO Dan National Coordinator adds that the civil society organizations stands ready to work with local authorities to monitor the use of the funds and report any irregularities.
We had to sit down and revise the policies. We had, because now we have the new decentralization policy with its implementation framework. So we expect, as CSO done, to see how we can come together, different people, to implement it together. Government working together with civil society organization and other cooperating partners to implement the decentralization policy and the decentralization implementation plan. We are happy because we've seen that certain functions have already been devolved to the local authorities. So we expect that this will bring in efficiency and effectiveness in terms of approvals, in terms of getting work started, because like in 2022 everything was being pointed to the local government ministry, but now these functions have been devolved, I think, to the provincial authorities. So we expect effectiveness, we expect efficiency in the disbursement of funds. A lot of people at community level have also become aware of the availability of, so I think even the aspect of wanting to access this funding is going to increase.
Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO has re-echoed government stance on availability of drug in health facilities. Speaking when she checked for health facilities in Lusaka, Mrs. NALUMANGO says the information dissemination gap has been noted, resulting in people saying there is a shortage of medicines. Records are that Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital drug availability stands at 93%. Chipata Level 1 is at 75% drug availability. Here are the details.
Following complaints by the public and various stakeholders on perceived shortage of essential drugs in public hospitals, the country's Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO Friday morning conducted a surprise tour at 4 health facilities in Lusaka to fact-check the availability of drugs. For quite some time, information has hit the public with news that public health facilities in the country have been hit by critical shortage of essential drugs. As per tradition, before responding to any information, the government, through the Vice President, took time to inquire from technocrats, hence the visit.
They don't have some emergency drugs, they can run to this room or to these people and they'll be able to supply. Like if Kanyama doesn't have Jipata, this, they can run here to get something for emergency. So they stop here.
The Vice President firstly started her surprise visit with Levi Mwanawasa Hospital, followed by Chipata Level 1, then proceeded to Matero, and the last health facility to close a tour this morning was the University Teaching Hospital. During her visit, the Vice President was informed that drugs in these facilities are available. Levi Mwanawasa Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent John Musuku informed the Vice President, who was in the company of the media, that the hospital has 93% of essential medicines, while HIV and AIDS, malaria and TB drugs are at 100% capacity.
We are using our locally generated funds, and actually 90% of the monthly grant to buy these commodities, we've always been above 60%, despite ZAMSA being at around 40–50%. So we've taken it upon ourselves to equip or to stock this hospital.
While at Chipata Level 1 Hospital, Medical Superintendent Matamata said the availability of essential medicines is at 75%, while antiviral drugs are at 100%. Dr. Mata, however, alluded to the fact that in the last 3 months, medical supplies to the facility were a challenge, but have been supplemented by cooperating partners and the National Health Insurance Management Authority. The situation was also the same at Matero and UTH Hospital. The availability of essential drugs in public health facility fluctuates, however, it is above 60%.
So sometimes there is fluctuation of the drug levels. So there's no situation where we no drugs. No, we can have no drugs, but no drugs. So fluctuation, one moment we can even be 80%. But when we're 80%, that means that we're going to be 80% throughout. Because we consumption, the public are there, the population of Lusaka is increasing.
The Vice President was, however, displeased with the bad working attitude of some health workers. This was in line with some of the complaints she had received from patients during a tour.
For me to come around, because if I find something wrong, I think you have heard me talk about certain things. The attitude should be worked on. There's no medicine to attitude. You are the medicine. You chose to do this, do it. But where they are doing well, where we are wrong, the drug levels in the country may have gone very low, but it fluctuates. I think that's what we pick here. So today, we are at, you went as far as 60. This is the lowest, but
lowest, yes.
Today, yeah. So when do you expect to receive more?
Okay, today we have been receiving from ZAMSA.
You understand? You understand? Yes. So when we are here, it's saying 60. When they take stock, it may rise, but it should never fall to dangerous levels. Our people must go to the right health facility and get the right care.
Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
The government in Chad said that it had foiled an attempted destabilization plot by army officers and a prominent human rights activist. A group of 11 officers of the Canadian Organization of Human Rights were behind the attempt, according to a government statement. The security services arrested those responsible sometime after December 8, the statement added. A formal investigation.
The government in Chad said Thursday that it had stopped an attempted destabilization plot by army officers and a prominent human rights activist. A group of 11 officers led by Baradine Badei Taguio, president of the Chadian Organization of Human Rights, were behind the attempt, according to the government statement. The security services arrested those responsible sometime after December 8, the statement added. A formal investigation had been opened for violation of the constitutional order, criminal association, illegal possession of a firearm, and complicity, said Communications Minister and government spokesperson Aziz Mahmoud Saleh. Taguio was sentenced in February 2021 to 3 years in jail on charges of undermining the constitutional order for having written that Chad's then leader, General Idriss Déby Itno, was seriously ill. Déby, who died in April 2022, has been replaced by his son, General Mahamat Idriss Déby Itno.
An Eritrean asylum seeker waits anxiously in London to know if she is going to be deported to Rwanda. Her story echoes that of many others who have arrived in Britain looking for a better life. Her future, however, remains uncertain.
Yeah, when I think about Rwanda, I cannot sleep in the night because I have a lot of problem in my life before, and now come a new problem. I think it is not safe country. I don't know. I don't have any idea about Rwanda. What is Rwanda? safe, no safe, I don't have any idea.
The UK government has signed a deal with Rwanda to fly illegal arrivals there before their asylum claims are even considered.
I have traveled from Eritrea to Sudan by foot, and from Sudan to Egypt, then from Egypt to Italian, then from Italian to Switzerland, then from Switzerland to France, then from France to UK, and now I am tired. I don't have power to go to another country and the new country, new life. I think it is finished for me. It is not. I don't have power, more power to do anything.
Last year, a record of more than 45,000 refugees arrived in UK illegally by crossing the channel by boat.
The campaign for Sunday's January 8 legislative elections in Benin ends this Friday at midnight. 7 parties, 3 of which claim to be in opposition, are vying for the 109 seats in the National Assembly. Among them, the Democrat, the party of former President Thomas Boni Yayi, is participating in the ballot for the first time and will have to measure its strength. The Bloc Republicain BR, the party of the presidential movement, best rooted in the north, will have a strong opponent this time in this area where the former head of state is based. Discreet since the beginning of the campaign, former President Thomas Boni Yayi has made trips to several localities in the north of Benin this week. Habib Toure Dramani, deputy on the Democratic list in the 8th district, sees this as an asset for its party's campaign, able to galvanize voters. Article 44 of the legislation stipulates that the number of deputies in the National Assembly is 109, including 24 seats reserved exclusively for women. The director of the electoral body, Sena, gave an update on preparation to the press in a huge room where all election materials were stored. He said the entire perimeter is secured by armed soldiers. The last legislative election in 2019 was marked by violence and the absence of the opposition.
Time now for sports news. Former Chelsea striker and manager Gianluca Vialli, who played 59 times for Italy, has died at the age of 58. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2017, but said in April 2020 that he had been given the all clear. Vialli was re-diagnosed in 2021 and in December 2022 left a role with Italy's national team to focus on his health. The FIGC confirms that a minute silence in memory of Vialli will be held before all Italian matches this weekend. Vialli made his Italy debut in 1985, a year after joining Doria, where he would win the Serie A title and European Cup Winners' Cup during 8 seasons with the club. Vialli helped Sampdoria reached the 1991 European Cup final, but after losing to Barcelona, he moved to Juventus for a then world record fee of 12 million euros. Vialli spent 4 seasons with Juventus, winning the Champions League, UEFA Cup and Serie A titles. Vialli joined Chelsea on a free transfer in 1996 and became player manager in 1998, the first Italian to manage a Premier League side, taking over from the sacked Ruud Gullit late in the season, and went to lead the Blues to victory in the League Cup, UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and UEFA Cup, Super Cup. He also guided Chelsea to victory in the 2000 FA Cup final and Charity Shield, but was sacked early in the following season after April was started. In October 2019, he was appointed to Italy's backroom staff by manager and former Sampdoria teammate Roberto Mancini. He helped the Azzurri win Euro 2020 with victory over England at Wembley in July 2021. On that sad note, we come to the end of the midday news, but let's look at the headlines once again. Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO assures drug availability countrywide. LUSAKA'S KAUNDA Square Market turned into a dump site. CSOs pledged to support government in monitoring CDF. Chad says it foiled destabilization bid by officers. And in sport, former Chelsea striker manager has died at the age of 58. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the entire production and news crew, my name is Louise Yanalupumbo. Bye for now. God bless.